Diary of the Russian officer found in Ukraine after they left. As soon as war broke out, Russia took control of Katyuzha, a village in Ukraine's Kiev region. It's about 60 miles from the village in the middle of Kiev to Irpin, Bucha, and Gostomel, which are all about 40 miles away. After the Russians left, the school began to look for things left behind by the invaders. It's not just trenches and abandoned equipment that you'll find in the classrooms. You can also find Soviet encyclopedias, portraits of Lenin, and paintings with military messages for kids in Ukraine. One of the things they found is the diary of a Russian officer. People in the army had a lot of time to talk about what it was like to be a member of the Russian army, but also to say in great detail what they did in the service as well. As of right now, it isn't clear who he is, but the army only mentions his name once in the diary, Konstantin. When he talks about February 24th, he says that he and the army crossed over into Ukraine. They arrived at Katyuzha on February 28th. He began his diary on March 13th, when the Russian army had occupied the village for almost 2 weeks and ransacked the school. "We went to school, but we got into the war, or the war." This is the title of the diary. The soldier remembers the route they took. They left the Russian city of Smolensk and went through Belarus. They then crossed into Ukraine. At the same time, he lets himself be criticized for how he acts.
Incredibly, no one is telling the truth about how many people lost their lives and how real the war was. I only hear that our case is the truth and we will win. Is this true? To bomb cities in a foreign nation. They wanted a blitzkrieg, and as a result they sat in 5th place. There is a sense that history will call our actions a second Hitlerism and arrange another Nuremberg. If I brag, I'm sorry I fought, I'm sorry.
In the pages of the diary, the soldier talks about how many of their own people died.
Gunpowder and UAV make a mess. Troops don't work well together. There are 200 of them, and the commander says they had a great time in the reports. Putin will soon be 70 years old. If he dies starting a war, there will be something.
On March 15th, 2 days after that, the army wrote,
"Rumors are flying around that Ukraine is going to fight back. Countries are said to be giving armies and equipment to help. But these are just rumors."
In 2 days, the soldier will tell us how it interrogated the person.
With the help of your humble servant and servants, 12 people were questioned, all of them Nazis. I was ruthless. I crucified them with cross-examination, individual and night interrogations. Once again I had to interrogate the priest. I cannot say that he was soft, not at all. I showed rigor and professionalism with pure self-sacrifice, which caused admiration in the FSB. The interrogations are successful, informative, and the pastor promises to be interrogated. If he has something to hide, I will find out, no matter how cunning he is. I ate a dog at such comrades, they say.
After those interrogation, the soldier complained that he wasn't still sent to a combat.
I was promised to go on a combat, and I fought for it for a long time. In response, they say it is dangerous, and my head must be protected.
He thinks about his future. Colleagues at a high level of security say that the counterintelligence officer will have a good job and that they will help me prepare and stay in school. In the other pages, he says that he wants to be a judge and thinks about how to change the judiciary. The last post in the calendar is dated March 19th.